Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a September reading for you. And September is a special month because it is the eclipse season for the fall. We are currently experiencing the new moon in Virgo in the end of August. And this is leading up to a lunar eclipse with a full moon in Pisces on September the 7th, and then the solar eclipse on the second new moon in Virgo on September 21st. So this is framing the eclipse portal, which is an opportunity for us to accelerate, intensify our efforts, our new ideas moving forward. We're able to very strategically navigate the appropriate steps to take in ways that will advance their impact in the world. So this is a special time, Gemini, for you overall. We have the Six of Swords as an energy for the month of September, and this is describing a way in which you are retreating, pulling away from a chaotic situation. It feels like a situation in which you have participated with a lot of energy, ideas, new practices, new methods, and you are in some ways depleted by the amount of chaos that you are trying to sort out. So you are pulling back from entering into the fray of ideas or the competing for authority or truths that have been activated over the last perhaps couple of months in your place of work or in your home life. Underneath the deck is the Queen of Swords. Yeah, this shows you to be in a position to facilitate the discussion, even if that discussion feels chaotic. And in fact, my sense is that you have instigated some of this open forum that you are perhaps experiencing in whatever environment that you are seeking to be productive in. So you have opened up new ideas, new thoughts, new pursuit of the correct way to move forward, a new way to process data, information, presentation, or ways that you are communicating at large with the world, with clients, with customers, with students. And yet you're feeling yourself experiencing the chaos of people's responses to the ideas that you've opened up. These are not all alone just your ideas. You've opened up the discussion to lots of new ideas because of your curiosity and your commitment to doing things in a new way that is more appropriate for the community that you are in now, in view of the rapidly advancing changes in the world. I'm going to pull a crystal oracle card. Oops, all upside down. And what flips over, let me get them all moving in the same direction, is the Azurite. And the key words are expanded awareness. My awareness is expanding with an abundance of clarity. So this is clarifying the dilemma that you're in. You are expanding your awareness. You are being curious about the possibilities that now exist in ways that haven't in the past. And on the basis of that, you have opened up the discussion in a way that I believe you are experiencing someone's response to what they perceive you to be as a threat. So you may appear to be undermining the authority of the powers that be. And this is something that is coming to the surface in September, and something that you are navigating currently by simply staying silent, pulling away, stepping back. I am inviting you overall to a meditation, which this reading is intended to be. If you find that it doesn't resonate for you, you have my permission to check your other placements to find other messages for you. I am not offended. I am fully aware that I can't possibly, in a general reading, cover all the permutations of possibilities that exist for each and every one of you. And I am happy to acknowledge that, but I don't want you to suffer. So, having said that, for those of you that are still with me, I'm going to go through the past energy, which is roughly the end of August when I'm reading this, until the full moon in Pisces, just for some very linear marks. And the Four of Cups is describing your awareness that something is missing. And as we are referring back to a situation that I picked up on very clearly in the beginning, I believe you recognize that your pulling back is not so much because you don't have faith in your part, your participation, but you're aware that others need to catch up with you. And your ideas are, or you're opening up the discussion for new ideas, for greater participation by your peers, your coworkers, your family members, your community members, is not about you imposing your authority on others. It is actually quite the opposite. It is maximizing the strength of the team in order to create buy-in for the direction that you're moving forward. And you're aware that the team has not gotten to a place of consensus. And that's all right. You've invested what you can in getting the discussion going, and you're perfectly capable of recognizing that you started something. And that something that you've started is a different way of approaching problems, different way of building strategies or creating things. And that is this foundation that is more egalitarian, more fair, that relies and allows everyone to have a vote, have a say, to contribute from a place of strength. And this is actually an interesting place where you're at, where you instinctively know that you can simply sit back and allow others to air out the variety of differences while you still maintain the role of facilitator. In the present, the King of Wands. And this is, for those of us that use calendars, this is roughly the period between the full moon in Pisces and the second new moon in Virgo on the 21st. So mid-September, your confidence pulls up to show up. This is really the center of the reading, and this is you continuing to act on your convictions, continuing to allow yourself to be motivated by your spiritual quest and desire for unity, for the team to engage its higher ethical and moral principles in the work that you are doing or creating. This indicates that you are allowing yourself to grow through this process, in that way modeling the kind of behavior and action that you expect from others. Every challenge is unique and requires unique qualities of ours, and your ability to think through that, but through your heart. And by that I mean through what you know to be the right thing to do. The thing you know is bringing people together, not separating people, however that applies to you. So this is beautiful energy in the middle of the month where you're feeling not necessarily the uh, the leadership, the desire for the role of leader, but you are acting in the place of the inspiration that others follow, that others are motivated by. In the end of September, the last week, this is following the second new moon in Virgo. The Nine of Cups shows you once again so thoroughly satisfied with your own personal process. You have put your beliefs on the line. You've acted out on them. You've established a kind of authority that relies on you as an individual and signals to others that they are allowed to respect their own authority, their own belief. You are thrilled with the way that you are being authentic through what could have been an explosive situation. This is all about change, really looking to transition to a place of greater understanding, problem solving, and peace. It feels like you're uniting a team through your efforts, and it may look chaotic initially, but it ends up finding its own life so that you invest in a team, collaborators, a group of co-workers, as you would in any situation or environment that you want to grow. And that is in coaching, a process of growth, maturity, solving problems, and creating solutions together. And so in this way, you are feeling like you're really in your zone here. You're on mission. If you find that this reading resonates for you, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate all the efforts that I receive from so many of you that helps me grow my channel, and that's what I want. So thank you so much in advance for that. I appreciate the time you spend with me. So in the past, the Four of Cups is clarified by the Seven of Vessels, which is the Seven of Cups, and the Six of Discs, the Six of Pentacles. So this is beautiful because one of the things that you and your team are not losing sight of is the myriad of options, the diversity of opportunities that the moment presents. And that may be in part your thinking in allowing more people to participate in the problem solving, in the shaping the direction that a project or an organization or a home is moving towards. You're doing this through your best skills. Your skills are communication. Your skills are learning and teaching as well. So you're very comfortable negotiating, balancing out the participation of all involved so that there is always fairness in that. And that is part of the radical reshaping of a team value, an organizational development that you are spearheading. And this is really more responsive to the times we're in. It's bringing individual strengths to the collective effort. There isn't an expectation that everyone should perform or think or do like X. It's really opening it up to finding ways to meet not only your collaborators, but your audiences, your clients, your team members. So this is beautiful energy that really is building on the strength of the Virgo new moons that are framing this eclipse season. And the ruler, Mercury of Virgo, is also your ruler. So I would not be surprised if September overall is a kind of watershed or offers you a solution to something that you have been building up to for a while. In the King of Wands, in the present, we have the Seven of Columns. I always love sevens, as many of you know, and the Ten of Wings, which is the Ten of Swords in this deck. You are understanding how important it is for you to protect your own space, your space of meditation, introspection, reflection. Everything you do has been premeditated to an extent, with the end goal of creating more focus, not less, on what it is that you do on behalf of the group. So you are fending off distractions. Perhaps, as an example, in the past, you could have been responsive to all the inquiries for your help at a particular place of work or in a family environment where people had a need, they came to you and you solved it. You've come to the awareness that you have a specific task to accomplish that is much greater than helping individuals with things that others can help them with or that they can help themselves with, but that your energy must be conserved in order to steer the group, not lead it, steer it. And I think part of what you're releasing as you step into this new awareness of your influence and your impact over others, how information can be more broadly and equitably shared among others, is the release of this idea that leadership looks a certain way, or that your role should be minimized to supporting the success of others. And you are now very clear that in the focusing on your own growth and expansion, you have realized that there are many ways to achieve the success you're aiming for. And that is in being flexible with the roles, the ways in which you can mediate, facilitate, steward new ideas, new projects, new teams into greater productivity and making what you create more available to more people. But it has required you to release a lot of old stories, perhaps stories from family of origin about what you're good at. And because you're good at helping others, then I'm just reciting a story. Many of us have been conditioned into believing that your energy should be spent helping others, not creating something of your own for which you can enlist help, but that your role is to help others because you're good at that. And you are releasing that idea that that's the way you're very serviceable, flexible, understanding of the flow of information and communication works in this vastly new technological age should be reduced to supporting others. And you are working through this idea that you are releasing old beliefs, you are standing in for new ways, alternative ways of interacting and being of service to more people more broadly. In the future, the Nine of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Discs, which is the Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Vessels. So I mentioned that I love sevens. Many of you know that because I believe sevens talk about our correct path, the way forward that is destined for us, that we're fated upon, that we choose. We have free will to choose. And in many cases, that's why it takes so long, because our mission is large and we live it out in ways that are important to us. Not simply the mission, but how we achieve that mission is part of the path that you're on. The 2 6s relate to your ability to keep everything in working order by focusing on what works. It's not in ignoring what isn't working, but focusing on what works prioritizes what's working before what isn't. And this is important because you can only focus on so many things at a time. And with the 2 new moons in Virgo, it is our job to be discriminating, to sort through the lessons, the priorities, and to identify the most important ones so that we can intensify our focus on that. Here you have 2 9s, and I'm focusing on that because your independence, your ability to feel good in who you are, to accept your independence as a privilege, to have the facility, the freedom to pursue your own interest and your own skills, to develop yourself as you see fit, to invest in yourself in a way that feels good, that identifies support for what feels good to you, what acknowledges who you truly and authentically are, is very much balanced here and is finding a connection with someone, a strong soul connection. That can be a phenomenal business partner, perhaps someone you went to school with. You've reconnected and you're on the same page, you're working on similar projects, you want to work together. This can be a team of collaborators that acknowledge the path that you are meeting up to from different directions. Maybe someone you knew from the past or someone you meet through a connection in the past. But there is something coming around that is allowing you to appreciate your own strengths and gifts and to continue to focus on those by bringing you connections and recognition from others, invitations from others to participate with them, and to more seriously and long term join with them in building something that has value to others, tremendous value to others. And one of those values is joy. It's feeling good. If you're doing good, it doesn't mean you're not going to be tired. It doesn't mean you won't be exhausted sometimes, but you're going to feel good about it. You're going to be doing the work without focus on every nickel and dime that you're earning. For how much time did I work last month? That becomes a result, a side issue. The things, the benefits, the material benefits that come from what you're doing are not the reason why you're doing it. This feels really empowering. I'm really jazzed up, Gemini, reading your reading. I don't have any placements in Gemini, but I know Uranus is in your sign right now, which is, I love the planet Uranus. It is the planet of revolution, the planet of change. And here we pull for your oracle card, the freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Couldn't have said it better. If you enjoyed this content, Gemini, check out more content here. And thank you for your likes, your subscribes. And until next time, namaste.